right, let's talk agent reports. Now, for Indexalyzer, I'm going to show you a couple things here real quick. One, I'm going to show you how to get agent reports and how to get your discount, and then I'm going to show you how to use the agent reports. So let's get started. If you are here, Indexalyzer.com, and that's going to take you to the website. We just put that in, and it's going to pull us up the website. Now, here's the site itself. It says Indexalyzer. There's a login button over here, but if you haven't purchased it yet, we're going to have to sign up. Now, you can click here, but I'm going to tell you a shortcut to help you remember how to get the discount. If you'll just type in Pro V, like the golf ball, or like Provision Brokerage, PROV, then that'll take you to our landing page. And here's where it mentions our handy dandy 50% discount. And here's where it mentions the code to get the discount, ProV1, just like the golf ball. So that's all you have to type in. So to get started, click here and continue signing up. All right, now you're going to enter all your information. The FMO is Provision Brokerage, right? Your name, all your information, all that. You're going to put your credit card information down here, but oh wait, it's $49 a month. Remember, we have a discount. So what you're going to do is click here for got a coupon, and you're going to type in ProV1. What happens? Ba-bam! 49 becomes $25 a month. Now you finish filling it out, put in your credit card information. Once you hit continue, and you're good to go. So there we go. Now let's go to the actual software. Okay, so we're in the software. You can see it's just Indexalyzer.com. All you had to do was click on login. It takes you to the login information. Mine's already pre-filled because I've been here a bunch. So I'm going to hit login. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull up a whole list of carriers, and every product that that carrier represents is going to be in the list. All right, so there we go. And we are in the carrier list. As you can see, it's a pretty exhaustive list of carriers. Kent and the team are adding new ones regularly, but it's a very exhaustive list. So what we're going to do, and it's also updated every month. Okay. Now, as you go in to pull a report, let's just grab a Meritas with Legacy. Okay. It asks, do I want to open it? Yes. I'll save it here in a second. But ultimately, you're only going to need 3 pages when you present it to your client. You're going to use the front page, which is right here. It's going to tell you the name of the carrier, their AM Best rating. It tells you, the time frame that we're using. So we're in the month of May, so it's May of 2009 to May of 2019, the last 10 years. It's going to have your information up here, either your name or the name of your corporation, your specific producer tag that's given to you by Indexalyzer when you purchase it, and then the date that you ran this report. And then with that, it's going to tell you about the different indices that that carrier offers. So Ameritas uses S&P 500, Russell 2000, the BNP Paribas, and then they actually give you on every report, there is a graphic chart that shows you the 10-year performance of those different indices that they offer without any crediting methods applied. So just the straight up raw performance of those indices. Interestingly enough, what you'll see is S&P's blue, Russell 2000 is orange, and then BNP Paribas is gray, right? So Russell and S&P were really close. BNP's below them, but once we start adding crediting strategies, what you'll see is it's not necessarily going to work out with the returns being those same percentage difference, right? But again, you're going to use the very first page when you present to the client. You're going to use the very last page, which is a summary page when you present to the client, and then you're going to, in the middle pages. So as you see, this one happens to be a 10-page report. And the reason for that is you've got your first page and your last page. Then it leaves 8 more pages. Well, the reason for the other pages is each product has its own report. Typically, they're one-page reports, but because Emeritus offers multiple strategies, a lot of strategies, each product actually requires 2 pages, right? So in this scenario, if you were going to offer the FlexMark Select, right, then you're going to print page 1. You're going to print, this is page 2, and then also with the same product, continued on to page 3, and then you're going to print page 10, which is the last page. And as you go through this report, the layout's always the same. So the very top of each product report gives you all the different strategies available in that product, and then it gives you, what's the term of the product, if there's any bonus in it, if there's a trigger strategy, cap, spread, participation rate, or a fee. So on this particular product, half the strategies have no fee, half the strategies have an optional fee. As you'll see, if you go with the fee, and the return is your 10-year average return after any and all fees, so even after the fee, it actually performed better than most anything else. Well, the fee outperforms the non-fee, right? So the biennial point-to-point with the Paribas with 1% fee per year, but it's a 2-year strategy, so that's why it's a 2% fee. It's at 8.16, whereas if we did the same one without the fee, it's at 7.25. Still a great strategy, just fee versus no fee, right? So that's how this works. This is just a big summary over all of them. But then if you want to go into the nitty-gritty, right? So S&P annual point-to-point, no fee, 3.68. How did they come to that? So what we have right here is we have 2009 to 2010, starting point, ending point. The increase was actually a 37% increase because our cap is 4.2. We made 4.2 of the 37, so our cumulative return for all years up to that point is 4.2. The next year it went up again, 13.2. We got all of that, so we're still at a cumulative of 4.2. The next year it did 3.28. In that scenario, assume cap's the same, we're going to get 3.28. So now our effective yield is 3.89 because we have 4.2 1 year, 4.2 another year, and 3.28 the third. So that's an effective yield of 3.89. And at the end of 10 years, your effective yield would be 3.68 if you had a 4.2 cap all years, right? Based on the last 10 years return. So, and there's one of these little 10-year summaries for every single one of the strategies, and it just goes right down the page to it. So there's your 7.25 on the BNP Paribas biennial point-to-point with no fee, and there's the same 7.25 there. So that's how those work. Again, you're going to print page 1 right here, and then you're going to print page 2 and 3 if that's the product you're doing, and then you're going to print page 10. Now page 10 gives you the index performance during that time. It's going to tell you how the report came to be. It's going to tell you how to use this report. It's going to define those different crediting methods. So what is a cap? What is a spread? So that you can explain that to a client. If there's a bonus, what does that mean? And then this is the real key part to it, right? This is the compliance part of it that's going to help you CYA in the future, and that is the client signing here that this says, hey, this is not a guarantee of future performance. It just gives us an idea of apples to apples, everybody out there with today's caps, how would it have performed over the last 10 years? A bull market. If it couldn't have performed then, what's to think it's going to perform going forward, right? So we don't know how they're going to perform, but at least it gives us an idea how it would have performed versus everybody else out there. Would it actually had a chance of doing anything, or would it have just been, a washout? And that's where this comes in. And then right here, client represents that they're using this information in this report to assist them in making their own choice pertaining to the allocation of their indexed annuity. Right? Going to zoom in a little there for you. And that's what the client's signing to. We're empowering our clients to make decisions. We're not thinking for them, we're thinking with them. And that's exactly what Indexalyzer does, and that's what the agent report does. So I hope that helps, and we'll talk soon.